working and
I've been in the business for 63 years, and I'm 90 years old. Can you imagine still being lucky enough to not only be working, but to be working with girls like this in a successful show? That's thrilling.
I think it's amazing. How fun is it working on the show and working with your cast?
Oh, it is a joy. Well, we've been off for a few days or a few weeks, whatever.
2 weeks.
2
almost,
weeks,
yeah.
and we miss each other. We were so glad
We're
to
so
see each other.
excited to see each other,
You
yes.
made comparisons to Golden Girls. How do you feel about that?
Well, how lucky can I be? I had the Mary Tyler Moore group, and then the Golden Girls group, and now I've got these girls. You don't get any luckier than that.
Thank you. Okay, can you tell us about your character on Exes?
No, I'm kidding. Like, what do you want to know? I mean, she's a divorce attorney. She lives across the hall from a couple guys. She's just funny. She's a whack job. She's like me, you know. She's an overachiever, overworker who all of a sudden sort of is waking up and realizing that, you know, she doesn't have kids and a husband and all that stuff. So she's starting to wonder if that should come into play.
Do you feel like this character emulates your real life?
Well, I do feel it emulates my real life in the way that I also, when I did Third Rock, I was busy doing Third Rock and all my friends were getting married. So I went back to New York and I was like, where are the kids come from? There were like children everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, I missed that boat. There's a window. Did you know that about marriage? There's an actual window and you have to get in there if you want that. So I missed it. That's fine. I'm okay and not bitter. No, but I mean, I'm not saying I don't have a great relationship. I'm just saying I'm not married, so, or with kids yet.
Do you hope to get married in the future?
Do I hope to get married? No, I really don't. I got to go to the Emmys, you know, twice. I got to wear a pretty dress and be like, isn't that what right? Isn't that what a wedding's for?
Now, with you being a tall woman, do you have a preference in the height of men you date?
No preference.
Now, I love watching you on The Nanny.
Thank you.
You crack everyone up.
Have you watched the new show yet? You're going to have to check it out if you haven't.
Oh yeah, great stuff. Now,
Happily Divorced.
Happily Divorced. What is it that you enjoy most about this show?
Well, I think that, you know, I'm playing a woman that's maybe a little bit closer to myself, a little closer to my age now, and it's inspired by my real story of, you know, being divorced to a gay ex-husband. And so that's what the show is about, that, you know, this woman that I play, her husband wakes her up in the middle of the night and says, honey, I'm gay, after 18 years of marriage, and they're forced to live together after the divorce because they can't afford to live apart until they sell the house, and because of the economy, they can't sell the house. And we won't sell the house until the series is over.
Now, you see more and more stories coming out like this in real life.
Definitely. I can't tell you the amount of fan mail that has come in talking about that either their spouse came out, or they're divorced and still living together, or they wish that they're inspired to try and be happily divorced with their ex. All of those are explored by the viewers because of the show.
Now, what do you think of Obama's decision now supporting gay marriage?
Well, I'm thrilled that he came forward and spoke out on behalf of marriage equality, because I think that when the President of the United States makes a statement like that, it resonates around the world and becomes like a beacon of freedom and tolerance for all the world to be inspired by.
How's your relationship with your ex-husband now? How does he feel
He's
about
my
it?
partner on the show. He's my partner on the show. He's the executive producer and writes and produces, and he's standing right over there.
Now, going through that experience, why do you think it took him so long to come out to you? What was it?
He didn't actually, in real life, he didn't come out until after we divorced, and I divorced him because I just was with him since I was 15 and felt suffocated in the relationship, and I needed to get out, and he didn't want the marriage to end. But afterwards, he started to explore his true orientation. But, I think that the way that it impacted our relationship was that he was suppressing something, and as a result of that, he became controlling. Because he was trying to control himself and everything around him. I'm the founder and visionary and president of the Cancer Schmancer movement. And we are now launching a very exciting program called the Trash Cancer Parties that are being underwritten by Humana Health Insurance. And it's going to be kind of like a Tupperware party, only instead of selling plastic, we're going to sell homemakers on the idea of detoxing their home and cleaning up, what they are, what's around them, what they put on them, and what they put in their mouths. Because 95% of cancer is environmental, and it's very important that what we have control over, we start to make healthier choices for, which is what we bring into the home.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you,
Thank
Fran.
you.
Best
Thanks
of luck.
very much.
Thank you. I loved you on Everybody Hates Chris. That's like one of my favorite shows. It was really good.
I had fun. I had really a lot of fun doing that show. It was a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
It seems like you've been working nonstop ever since Martin. How does that make you feel?
But no, I have not been working nonstop. It kind of looks that way. But, God has blessed me to be a part of 3 iconic shows, and Happily Divorced being the latter of them. And I'm just really, in order for me to be happy, I have to do what I love doing, and God has blessed me to do that. So I've been performing for 30 years professionally, and I'm still in the game somehow and just still doing what I do, and I'm blessed for it. I'm really happy about it.
I see you're sporting that pretty engagement ring tonight.
I was waiting for somebody to say something. No, I'm just playing.
Tell us about your fiance. How'd you guys
His
meet?
name is Rico. We've been together for 5 years, and we met through a mutual friend of ours, Erica. And I told Erica I didn't want to date. I don't want to meet anybody. She was like, "No, you got to meet him. I think you like him. I think you guys get along." I went on the first date. I was like, I'm not, because I thought he had kind of an attitude. So I was just like, I'm over it. And it was a long day of work. Like, it was the end of my day. And I brought my uncle with me. I brought my 68-year-old uncle with me on my first date. And the second date we had, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. He's nice. He's this, he's that. So I opened myself up because, I've been through a divorce. I kind of was not bitter because my divorce was a long time ago, but, I was comfortable being single, let's just say that. And, you never know what God will bring you. And God brought me an amazing man, and we've been together 5 years later. It was still, so he put the ring on it. He put a ring on it, girl.
Congratulations to you. When you guys have a wedding date set?
Yes, we do have a wedding date. My grandmother's birthday, August 18th.
Oh wow! So we'll be looking out to see pictures of that and some.
Yes, I'm gonna do it in a disclosed location, but I'm gonna have a big party as well for people who can't make it because I'm gonna have a destination wedding as well.
Nice. You mentioned your experience going through divorce. Has that helped you with your character, being on that show?
It's helped me be a better woman. At the time when I was going through it, yeah, you're like, oh my God, I don't, why is this happening to me? And now that I'm finding later on in life, I've been able to give a lot of good advice because I went through something. So to me, that's what life is about, being able to share your discomfort and share what you've been through and what you got through. And I think that's all about getting through it. I don't wish divorce on my worst enemy because you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what's going to happen. It's very it's not a good thing to go through. So I always talk about it now because I used to not talk about it. I'm like, why am I not talking about it? Talk about it. It's okay. And I don't ever want to be divorced again. And my other motto is I believe everybody deserves 2 marriages. You may not get it right the first time. I know some people don't agree with it, but It happens. I got married early. I eloped. There were just a lot of different variables that are not the same as it is today. So I've learned and I've grown to be a better woman because of it.
We've seen you play a lot of comedic roles. Are we going to be seeing you play a little bit more serious, dramatic roles?
Yeah, well, I did my first starring dramatic role in a movie called The Lena Baker Story, about the first black woman to be executed in the state of Georgia. And that was really, I was so happy to do it because it was the first time I ever played. Like, there's no laughing in this movie at all. Like, it's straight drama, but it was a powerful story, very powerful story. So I think you could get it online because it didn't really have a theater release. So it's just one of those sleepers, but it's okay, as long as somebody sees it.
Well, it's great to meet you, Tichina, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
I didn't even see your hand there.